Alright, let's make this opening scene really quick because the sun is in my eyeballs and I'm running late for work. Today, warranty. I didn't really think you guys needed a warranty video, but apparently there's a lot of questions about warranty.
Now, there's a lot of people upset about the current state of Harley's warranty. A fair amount of it's misguided, but maybe that's from a dealership tech's perspective too. I don't know. This is my version of the video. See, everyone had told me that Reiner Lacker, Matt Laidlaw, even Adam Sandoval's made a warranty video, so I didn't really think I needed to. So I watched a couple of them and I realized that there is a side to the story that hadn't really been talked about, and that's Harley versus the EPA. But let's make sure we all know what warranty is. See, it's a limited warranty, of course, because that's what every company offers anymore, is a limited warranty. And it's for Harley Davidson, it's 2 years from the date of purchase, unlimited miles. Oh, it's like 75 degrees at 8 o'clock in the morning. Nice. It's gonna be a hot one, folks. Now, there's also an extended service plan that you can purchase at the time of purchasing your bike or later. I don't really want to talk about that so much today as much as warranty, but it is out there. It's a thing that's offered when you buy your bike. The only thing I really want to say about it is because it's called extended service plan, a lot of people buy it and then think that they have a prepaid maintenance plan. And that's not the case. I don't know why they call it extended service plan, because it's not a service plan. It's a my shit is broken and I need it fixed plan. Pay 50 bucks and ESP covers the rest of it. So it should be MSIB. That's what the plan should be called. You heard it here first. One cool thing Harley does, though, is they include P&A, parts and accessory stuff, from their catalog, from Harley Davidson. They will lump that into the 2-year warranty. I don't know if that's common with other manufacturers or not, but if other manufacturers do offer it, good on them. If they don't, then score one for Harley. Now, the way that works is parts purchased and installed within 60 days of the time of purchase, they're covered in the 2-year warranty, meaning the part and the labor to replace it, all of that is covered by the motor company. Hey man! So that means if you buy a bike that's been dressed up on the floor, it's already installed by the dealership, so it's covered. If you wait, I don't know, a week or two, like I did my tour pack, buy it, install it, have it installed rather, then it's covered. The kicker there is the labor part. See, any part you buy over the counter is at least 1 year, if not 2. Some parts are 2. But if you buy a part over the counter and you install it, or even the dealership installs it, it has a 1-year warranty on it. Labor not included. That said, if you use your same dealership regularly, then a lot of times, like, we'll cover somebody's labor on, you know, a lot of things that we've installed just because, well, I mean, that's just good business. But it's not the motor company installing it. It's the dealership. Oh, you're turning too? Let's go together. Whee! Let's talk really quick about where that money comes from for warranty, because on the consumer side of things, if it's free, it's warranty, right? Well, that's not always the case. Oh, I'm at work, so I can do my little do-do-do.
For those of you that don't know me, my name is John Maxwell. I'm a highly trained professional right here at Chattahoochee Harley Davidson. And on this channel, I bring you guys to work with me. So, if you want to learn more about Harley Davidson, you should hit the subscribe button right now. Now we can get the day started. So, on the consumer side of things, I was saying, you know, if your work order doesn't cost you anything, then it must be warranty, right? Well, what actually works is, you say you bring your stuff in and there's a problem and we order a part, we fix it, we file it on warranty. Harley Davidson's supposed to pay it, but they can decline to pay it, suspend the claim if the paperwork isn't filled out right, or if it just straight isn't covered in the first place. So you may think that something was covered when actually the dealership ended up having to pick up the tab, which, well, if you're in the business to make money, you can't run around just giving work away or parts. There's like no more coffee in here. Good thing I ordered some more. Yeah, Folgers are a lot of you guys, y'all hate on Folgers, but it's just our go-to when there isn't anything fan mail including coffee and, or you know, whatever. It's the best coffee Walgreens has, and Walgreens is next door. So that's, I think, why some dealerships are really quick to jump out and be like, oh, that's not covered or whatever, is because, well, if it in fact turns out to not be covered, then they got to pay the tab. Hopefully we can clear up some of the what is and what isn't covered though. So I know I hadn't gotten around to talking about what is and isn't covered, or what will void your warranty yet, but I have a job that's a good example of what, see, what I'm trying to say is, when I find it hard to believe that a dealership would just say your warranty is void because, well, there isn't one single part that voids your entire warranty anyway. So this guy, his media door, the little clip in there doesn't work. Put a set of pipes or something. I think everybody knows that the real concern with the warranty being voided is you know, engine components, since that's such an expensive part of your motorcycle. Woo. I just heard the coffee go off too. So doesn't matter what you put on here, your whole warranty isn't void. I don't know what's on this guy's bike. I don't really care. His media compartment is broken, and that's part of, you know, the quality of parts and the craftsmanship of assembling it. So I'm going to replace it. It does seem like there should be an easier way to get this whole media compartment out of there. There's a little clip right in there. Pop these tabs out that you can't really reach while the whole compartment's in there. I've only done a few of these. There's probably a faster way. I also need the actual replacement part. I got so excited about telling you guys about warranty and all this and that I don't even have it yet. Yeah, I'll put this thing back together and we'll talk about you know, more warranty things. I need that coffee too. It does have me curious though, if when all these dealerships act like your warranty's voided, like are employees really like run around like, oh, your warranty's voided? I'm just curious because that's not how this dealership goes. And well, I don't know if y'all knew this or not, but the internet can exaggerate some things. I don't know. Remember that Road King special I put handlebars on? This is that one. He doesn't like them anymore, he wants new ones. So I'm gonna do that, but not on this video. Not on any video, I already made one. It's right there. So since I already made that video, I'll see you guys at lunch.
So it's 1:15, it's 90 degrees now, and I still haven't been to lunch, which is unfortunate, but I figured I'd test ride this bike. The bars are actually the same he had, except 2 inches taller. These are 12-inch bars, straight out of the Drag Specialties book. Buffalo bar, I think. Yeah, he just wanted them a little closer. So, because I don't have to replace lines or anything, he already owned the electrical harness. He just went 2 inches taller. So hopefully he likes it better than his old bars. But I had an epiphany while I was putting all this together. And that's what the dealer installed versus customer installed stuff. You know, that really gripes people. But like, take this bike for example. So I've got a part that Harley did not make, and then the craftsmanship, the putting together of the bars, were not done by their factory either. It was done by me. Now, they trust me. I go to school, I'm certified Harley tech and all that stuff, so yeah, they'll stand behind me, but with their own products. But in this case, if there were ever to be a problem, it's more likely that, I'm gonna slow up from that guy right there, it's more likely that my dealership would cover any issue with the install, not Harley Davidson. On the customer side of things, though, he wouldn't know. He just knows he didn't pay anything. An issue with the bar, well, that goes through drag. So when people ask me, you know, if I do my own bar job, is it still under warranty? Well, not the bar job. Harley has nothing to do with the bar job, but doing your own work doesn't blanket void everything on your bike either. You know, does that make sense? You know, we talked about who pays for what in a, you know, in a warranty situation. Well, why would Harley cover a part that they didn't produce, or the workmanship that they didn't, like, that wasn't on them either? So I'm not really sure. You know, I don't know why everybody gets so bent about that. It only seems fair. But I'm gonna finish this test ride, and then I'm actually gonna I'm definitely going to lunch, and I got some stuff on my own bike I want to talk about. All right, got me some lunch, headed back to the shop though, so I can sit down and talk to you guys a little bit. But I wanted to be on my bike to mention, because I don't think I have yet, that my own bike is what got a lot of you guys to ask me questions about warranty in the first place. So I put these Tab Performance mufflers on here. Everybody wanted to know what was going to happen to my warranty, because previously I was running Screaming Eagle mufflers with a Screaming Eagle Pro tuner. Well, I guess the powertrain warranty is void according to my warranty manager. Any altering of the stock exhaust system or Harley Davidson / EPA approved exhaust is going to void your powertrain warranty. I got a lot of other things on my bike that are still covered anyway. Like, and I'll talk more about that EPA Harley Davidson thing in just a second when I'm stopped. But I don't think I mentioned yet in the video, I planned to shoot this yesterday. It's a lot easier to shoot on my off day. Right now I'm working, I got a bunch going on, but my bike was dead. It sat for about 10 days not plugged into a tender. Well, that could be a couple things, but essentially there's a drain on the battery. Well, I've got a powered Zero mount, hold my cell phone, and a Kuriokin sound bar. Those two things could be drawing the battery. Well, doesn't mean my warranty is void that I have aftermarket stuff on here. If I was a normal customer, what it would mean is that when I drop it off, I'm responsible for anything that isn't covered by the warranty. So let's say, and I have a charging system video linked probably right up here, if you don't understand what I'm talking about. But basically I need to do a milliamp draw test, and if it's above spec, then I need to unplug different components until it drops to within spec. That's how you find out what's drawing extra battery power. Well, if it turns out it's the Kuriokin soundbar, I need to talk to Kuriokin about that. If it's the Zero mount, I need to talk to Zero about it. That's not on Harley Davidson. However, if it's my speedometer or my ECM, well, then that's on Harley. What I've added has nothing to do with that. So, you know, and that's what it means. If I dropped it off, it turned out it was the speaker, I'd be responsible for the diagnostic time. The customer would be responsible for the diagnostic time. And depending on where you bought it, every dealer's a little different. Maybe it would be the customer's responsibility to contact Kuriokin and stuff like that. That is one benefit to using a dealer. My own customers, if there's a problem with a part that I installed that they bought from my dealership, I do my best to contact the company on my end and do all of that stuff. It's just a way to make it worth buying from me and the dealership and having us install stuff. It has nothing to do with there being warranty or not. It's just one of the reasons why you should shoot to have a good working relationship with your dealership. And everyone else is taking up all the covered parking. I'm going to go back here now. Did my own handlebars, aftermarket. But the brake line and clutch cable that I used, they're made by Harley. I bought it after my 60 days, so it's got a 1-year parts warranty. Cosmetically, if something is wrong, Harley Davidson will cover it. If there's a problem with the actual install, well, that's on the dealership that installed it, which happens to be this guy. Now this funky tour pack business they got going on with all this peeling up, there's an updated version. I'm gonna have them write a work order for me today. That's a cosmetic thing. What mufflers I run has nothing to do with that tour pack being a giant piece of crap. Ta-da, my mufflers. So let's sit down and eat, and I'll tell you about the EPA and Harley Davidson, because there seems to be quite a bit of misinformation. And being in the business and working for Harley, I have a different view than you guys might.
It's been a long time since I've filmed a video out here in the old hog corner. This is where the hog group hangs out at the dealership. Whew. So what I'm getting at though is in 2016, 1 week before Harley Davidson released the new Milwaukee 8 engine, the EPA and Harley Davidson came to a settlement to the tune of $15 million for the Harley Davidson race tuner, the old orange box, the one that precedes the Pro Tuner. Back then, Harley offered a street tuner and a race tuner. Man, that is good. So, as you might have guessed, they are to be used in the application their name is. Street tuners are EPA regulated, or they fall within EPA qualifications. They're good to go. We use them on the street. Race tuners are for race application only. So when the EPA approached Harley Davidson, this is after the whole Volkswagen fiasco. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look it up. That's when the EPA really started cracking down on automobile and motorcycle manufacturers. So EPA says, Harley, you sell race tuners to people that use them on the street. And Harley says, no, we don't. It says in our catalog that it's for race application only. They go back and forth for years and years. There was some other stuff in the lawsuit as well. I don't remember what it is. All this is like public knowledge, but it is something that was a bigger deal within the dealership than, you know, other people talking about. So that was Harley's argument, is that it was, you know, for race application only. It even said so. Well, dealers, myself, my dealership, every dealership across the country except California, because they've been commies for years, I've been selling race tuners. People ride them on the street. So Harley was like, well, we don't know about that. We're the motor company. That's dealerships. Then the EPA started looking at warranties. Well, there's a spot on Digital Technician that says whether a bike is race tuned or not. You got a powertrain situation and you have a non-EPA compliant part on there. It even says so on Digital Tech. Why'd you warranty the engine, Harley Davidson? Well, there ain't much of an argument for that. So Harley Davidson lost, or came to a settlement, I guess. They didn't lose anything, but they came to a settlement and Harley lost $15 million. They pretty much took that for us, for the dealerships, for the people that knowingly were tuning bikes for street. Down here in Georgia, we don't have any inspections, we don't have any emissions laws or anything governed by the state. So, you know, what do? I made the joke about California. Well, that's a lot of why those guys can't actually do it, is because they get tested and regulated for what they're, you know, all that stuff. I don't know a lot about that. I don't live there. So thanks Motor Company for paying that giant fine that certainly would have shut down a lot of dealerships if they were required to pay such large sums of money to the EPA. But that's what started this whole thing. Since then, what has happened is Digital Tech now, instead of telling you if it's race tuned or not, it automatically reads what the ECM calibration is. If it's not one of Harley's calibrations, i.e. stock or one from the Pro Tuner being an EPA compliant tuner, then a little box pops up and it instantly says your vehicle's powertrain warranty is void. I don't for a second think that has to do with Harley Davidson. I think Harley Davidson got kicked in the pants hardcore by the EPA, and they needed some way to not get busted again for anything. Yeah, obviously that sucks. I mean, as a consumer, we all want to do cool stuff to our bikes and then still be covered. As a technician, or just as somebody that understands how warranty works, why would Harley pay for parts and labor that have been altered, is it up to them to prove that any powertrain fault came from the aftermarket component, or is it up to the consumer to prove that it didn't? I don't know how that works. I'll be honest, I've never really been in that situation yet. Now that I said that out loud though, it's probably gonna happen now. What I really want you guys to know about that part of the powertrain warranty being voided is that it's not your whole bike is void of warranty. Powertrain components, engine, transmission, primary drive, rear belt, you know, powertrain. But I also want to point out that it's not on Harley, it's what the EPA has made Harley do. I see a lot of people that they get bent about, I see a lot of comments, not people, I see on the internet people saying, well, if Harley's going to void my warranty, I'll just go buy an Indian. I don't know if the EPA's cracked down on Indian right now, but I promise you they will be if they aren't already. So, you know, it is what, I don't know that you need to switch brands over the whole situation, because the EPA is going to end up cracking down on everybody. Proof of this though is my buddy in the UK, Moto Noob Rider. We actually talked about this, how none of this is a situation in the UK. They're still using aftermarket tuners and stuff like that. I've talked to people in Australia, other countries in Europe. That's pretty much where anybody watching my stuff. Europe and Australia, still mostly US, if you were curious. Yeah, they don't have those issues because there's no EPA there. Harley Davidson, there isn't warranty concerns on what you're using with your bike. Just proof that it's an EPA situation, not a Harley Davidson ramming it into the consumer here. I think for the US made stuff, we're gonna see more of it in the future, unfortunately. So, thanks EPA. Sorry motor company that everybody's picking on you and they didn't even know the whole story. Let's recap really quick. There's a 2-year unlimited mile warranty. Parts installed for 60 days within the time of purchase are covered, like my tour pack that I'm about to get a new one of. I'll have to write it down later. I can't talk and write. That'd be weird. Parts over the counter are 1 year. Labor is not included, but it does behoove you to have a good working relationship with your dealership, because the dealership might pick up the cost of a failed part within a year. It's really up to each dealership. There is no single part that will blanket eliminate your warranty. You know, some things are still covered, some things aren't. It's not very realistic though to think that you can coach your bike in aftermarket parts and then Harley cover the cost of fixing aftermarket parts or diagnosing why an aftermarket part is draining your battery or anything like that. It's not about Harley Davidson trying to like sell you more stuff. It's just you can stand behind what you make and what you build, like put together. You can't stand behind every single company. That's that company's job, and most of them do stand behind their products. If they do have a crappy warranty, then I assure you, you won't see their product on my channel. Oh yeah, EPA is why the powertrain warranty situation is going on, even though for some reason nobody really talks about that. Evidenced in how the countries that don't have an EPA don't have a problem. If you have any questions about it, you can throw them down there. If I know the answer, I'll get back with you. If I don't know the answer, then sorry, bro. If you like this video, make sure to give it a big dirty thumbs up. If you want to see more content like this, make sure to hit the subscribe button. If you haven't quite got your fix, there's a video right here and here, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Tuner. Back then, filming here, these guys.
For those of you that don't know me, my name is John Maxwell. I'm a highly trained... Shitballs, this is tough.